What's happening, my fellow geeks and geekettes? Welcome to a brand new episode of Cosplay Chris. Now today I have a very big announcement and a very funny and interesting story to tell you. But before any of that, I have to tell you guys about a brand new app called Amino. Amino is essentially a gateway into all these communities, mostly geek related stuff and also cosplay, even though cosplay is geek related. Cosplay Amino is essentially a place where you can just get together with everyone that is into cosplay. You can meet cosplayers, talk about upcoming conventions, costume builds, everything, you name it. It is essentially like Facebook, but 10 times better because it's all cosplay shit. And no shitty cat videos, no photos with saying 10 likes and 10 prayers, all that stuff. It's all cosplay. When you think about it, Amino is a great idea because it's got all these amazing apps all in one, so you don't have to branch out anywhere to find them. It's all there. Basically, the way it works is you download the app. You've got apps for tattoos, Broadway, Pokemon, COD, Mario, comics, Minecraft, even One Direction fans, Dragon Ball Z, Lego. Seriously, they have a lot of apps on here, so the possibilities are endless. Now you can download the Amino app on the Google Play Store and the App Store. I'll leave the links below, and like I said, it'll also lead you to the amazing Cosplay Amino app. So with that being said, let's get to the rest of the video. Okay, like I said, I have a very big announcement. I've kind of kept it under wraps. I've announced it in some parts of social media, but this is the first time I'm announcing it on here. Next month, I am off to Shreveport, Louisiana in the United States to be a guest at Geek'd Con 2016. Geek'd Con is a coming together of geeks, pop culture fans, you name it, in Shreveport, Louisiana. And like I said, I've been asked to be a guest at this amazing get-together. Last year was a huge success, and this year they've got guests of the likes of Tara Reid and Kathy Najimy. I was contacted by a gentleman by the name of Dakota Lawrence, who is actually the talent manager of Geek'd Con, and he said, what would it take to get you here? And we worked things out, and before you know it, I'm signed up as a guest. And this is amazing. This is something I never thought would happen when I started this YouTube channel. So the dates of the convention next month are August 19th, 20th, and 21st. I'll be there all 3 days. I'll be doing panels, I'll be doing signings, I'll be walking the floor, I'll be going as Wolverine and Nathan Drake on the Saturday and the Sunday. Now, Geek'd Con is run by Town Square Media, which is the 3rd largest broadcasting radio station in all the United States. So this is a big thing, and needless to say, I'm so excited about this. I can't fucking wait. So if you guys are in around the area and planning to go to Geek'd Con, please do. I would love to meet you guys. It would be so cool. I think it's going to be an amazing experience. For what Dakota's told me, from what I've seen from photos from last year's convention, it looks like an amazing time. So right now this is just all surreal. Like, I still can't believe this is happening, but I wanted to make it official now because it's getting closer to that date. So like I said, if you guys are going to Geek'd Con or you're thinking about it, please do. It's going to be a fucking awesome weekend, and I would love to meet you guys. So August 19th, 20th, and 21st in Shreveport, Louisiana in the convention center. Guys, it's going to be a top time. I'm probably going to be so broke by the end of it. I'm going to buy so much stuff. Prime example, Supernova a couple of weekends ago. I bought these two. I can't help myself. I'm like a child. A man-child. So that is Geek'd Con 2016. I'll be appearing as a guest, like I said, August 19th, 20th, 21st, Shreveport Convention Center in Louisiana, United States of America. Now, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I also had a funny story to tell. It's a very important lesson, and it's also fucking common sense. Yesterday night, I left the emergency room at 1:30 a.m. I got to bed around 2 a.m. and then had to be up at 4:30 a.m. to work. I then worked a double shift, and I think I slept like 9-10 hours. So I've woken up quite refreshed. Now let me just backtrack a couple of days. At the moment, I'm doing an update video for my life-size Freddy, and it's going to be about the base that Freddy is going to be standing on. Now, there is a certain piece of metal that goes on the actual base. I'm not going to give anything away because I want this to be a surprise and show you guys the final result of what the base looks like. But there is a little metal plate that I had to solder on to the base so the foot peg could rest on so you could slot the mannequin on. I had to cut a tiny little notch in this piece of steel, and it was about a 10-second job that required an angle grinder, put the piece of metal in the vise and just cut this little notch. Stupid me, I did not put my safety goggles on. And I always do. I'm very safety conscious because I also work around airplanes at work. I'm always very safety conscious, but this time I didn't do it. And I actually filmed the footage of me grinding that piece of metal. And this moment right here, that spark going towards my face, that is when a piece of steel embedded itself in my eye. Now at the time it flicked and I thought, oh, that fucking hurt, but then it went away. And then the next morning I woke up with, I think it was pus or gunk at each side of my eye. And it felt like conjunctivitis. If you guys have ever had conjunctivitis before, it feels like there's something in your eye. When you blink, it kind of scratches. And obviously you wake up in the morning, your eyes are glued shut. You're pretty much like, and it was just this side, which was weird. I thought, you know, usually when I have conjunctivitis in the past, it's been both eyes. 2 days passed, I went to the chemist and said, look, I think I got conjunctivitis. Can you just give me some eye drops? And they did. Put the eye drops in, it kind of relieved it, but it was only temporary, and then the scratching sensation would come back. I was still waking up with gunk on either side of my eye. Then 2 nights ago, I look in the mirror to get a close-up look because this feeling was not going away. As I closely look, I can see a little shard of steel embedded in my eye. I came out and I said to Mum, I don't want to alarm you, but there's a piece of steel in my eye. I've never seen Mum move so fast. She got ready, I got ready, we went up to the emergency room, we waited for 3 fucking hours, and my God, we saw some sights. We saw a girl that had been assaulted at a pub that came in, the police were there. We had 2 guys that were drunk off their tits come in. One had a gaping wound in his head. No joke, this is what he said. I was having a few fucking beers at my place and fell down me fucking stairs. Him and his mate, both still pissed, sit down and they're just talking banter back and forth. And they said to the nurse, we're gonna go out for a cigarette, love. And we never saw him ever again. So I'm probably thinking they've gone back, had some more beers, because he probably can't feel shit. He's that drunk. My friends, he is gonna have a very sore head right now. At 1:45 in the morning, they finally see me. And they put this drop in my eye, and it stung so bad. But it numbed my eye, and my God, it is the weirdest feeling to have a numb eye. They then put a dye in my eye, and it was weird. It was like a filter of fluoro has gone over there, and my eye looked all yellow. It looked disgusting. It looked like I had kidney failure or a zombie apocalyptic outbreak had happened, and I was one of them. They then shone a UV light on my eye, and then whatever was foreign in my eye came up as green, and they picked the piece of metal straight away. Even though you could see it close up, they wanted to get a good look at it and find out exactly where it was and see if there were any little fragments that were scattered around my eye, which there weren't. They then put my face in like one of those things where you rest your chin and they get the microscope up close. He then got a needle and he goes, whatever you do, just look at my ear and do not look anywhere else. Do not blink. And this thing's rested on a little, it looks like a school table, and I swear to God, my hands were gripped so hard it made imprints in the wood. So he gets a little fragment out, puts it on a gauze pad. He then gets a swab that has been swabbed with a saline solution, which is like for cleaning your eyes and contacts. He then dabs it on the area and pulls out a final shard that was deep and embedded in the eye. Again, this is really stupid. I know a lot of you would be like, you're a fucking idiot, you should have worn goggles. I know, you don't have to tell me. You can say that if I was denying and saying, oh, there's nothing wrong with that. I was an idiot. This is why I'm making this video as well. So I give it a general cleanup, and I still can't feel anything because of the anesthetic. And then of course, to be safe, because I haven't had a tetanus shot in 20 years, they gave me a tetanus shot. And that didn't hurt. I was actually talking with the doctor, Dr. Dan, about Batman v Superman. I swear to God, at the time I was getting the needle done, I'm like, yeah man, Affleck killed it as Batman. He's like, oh, I haven't seen it yet. I've got to see it, da da da. My arm hurts more than my eye. It feels like someone's punched me in the arm. So it was a pretty eventful night, but this is what I want you guys to take away from this. When you're doing something like that, please wear goggles, guys. This is a massive life lesson. Even though I always do wear goggles, when I'm doing stuff like that, it was just that 1 second that I didn't. It, you know, could have been a lot worse. There have been people that have gone blind. And it actually got to the point, because I'd left it so long, that my eye had started to heal over the metal. So that could have been a lot more worse. There are people that have had rust rings, you know, start in the eye from leaving pieces of metal in there. It's so funny, you tell people this story and how they got the piece of metal out and they're all like, oh God, no, just no, I can't do eyes. I cannot do eyes. Me neither, but I had to get it fucking done. I didn't feel a thing. It was weird. You know there's a needle right there and you can't feel anything. All you can feel is something's pressing on your eye. There's no pain, no nothing. The doctors were great. Absolutely fantastic. Professional, lovely, funny, and they knew their shit. They knew exactly what they were doing. So I was in good hands and I wasn't worried at all. I just wanted that fucker out of there. Because I need these things, all right? I need these things to make things like that and customize things like him. It's just, I need these. And that's my story. Guys, this has been a pretty eventful video. Like I said, you can download the new Cosplay Amino app in the Google Play Store and the App Store. I'll be leaving the links for them below. I'm also going to be leaving the link for geekcon.com in the description below. That is going to be a fantastic time, and I can't thank Mr. Dakota Lawrence enough for making this happen and giving me this freaking awesome opportunity. And like I said, geeks, safety first, wear your safety goggles. And one more thing, a lot of you guys have noticed and made comment that there's a Captain America blank helmet there on my live cast. Well, I am doing a Captain America cosplay. I bought this as a kit off the replica prop forum from a guy by the name of the Rocketeer. I think his real name's Curtis. So I'm gonna be doing a video on how I'm gonna be putting that kit together. So thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you guys are well. Hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend. Be safe, be happy, be merry. And until next time, geeks, please always remember, cosplayers do it best.